One. What's up and welcome back to episode 80 of Pro Pels Talk, presented to you by Boot Crew Media. It is the home of your 2-14, last place in the entire league.
In the world.
In the world.
Last place in the world.
New Orleans Pelicans. Before we get into intros, we have two huge announcements before I get to Ross and Steven Offner.
It's huge.
Huge. One, Company Burger has now re-upped. The proud sponsor of Pro Pels Talk as Ross joins the show. They trusted us. The best burger in the city, located at 4600 Ferret Street. And second, big news, guys. Huge news. Antonio Daniels with the tweet of the year at Pro Pels Talk asked for a Pels 12 versus the World shirt. Gonna wear it on air. Big time. AD.
Mama, we made it.
We made it. AD. Steven, how we doing?
Good, bud. Just living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Just got back from Nashville, watched the Saints lose in person.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It was a rough go. Terrible stadium. When we talk on that, one way in, one way out. It took us about an hour to get out of the stadium. It was miserable. You think LSU's ramps are bad? Go to Tennessee. Nissan Stadium. Kiss my butt. Hello, Ross. How are you, bud?
Not kissing your butt.
You sure?
Sure. By choice. Going to the game tonight.
Excited, huh? Excited. First game of the year. I want you to. I want to grade 1 through 10 of what your game day experience is. Like when you go tomorrow or like Sunday, I want you to text me what 1 through 10 your game day experience.
You're really teeing up something special there.
Maybe
It's instead of a pizza review, let's do an arena review.
What would
you rate Nissan? Arena review right now.
Arena. Well, it's not an arena.
Whatever.
Words mean
stadium.
Things.
Whatever. It's all the same. Game day experience.
I haven't been to too many. I haven't been to too many away games. I went to the new MetLife Stadium, which was a joke. I mean, that you had no idea where you were going.
It's freezing.
That's the only. I think that's the only other game I've been to. But no. I'll give it a solid 2.8.
Jesus.
No, that's false. It's pretty nice. It's just a walk up and down. That's the only bad part.
Like
it's terrible.
I'm a good guy. Well, I'm glad you had a good time in Nashville. It's good to see your faces on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm drinking a Slip and Fall Golden Ale from Bywater Brew Pub.
No sponsorship. Oh my God, you dad sneeze. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That really took on the persona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get into the show. I
got Hornitos.
I see that.
You're not going to ask?
On the rocks?
There's a little bit of stuff, other things mixed in there. Our mixer game at the office studio, it's a little upgrade.
We'll worry about that. Pelicans are 2-14. It's just not going to end. They play hard. They just don't have a lot of talent. And I wanted to get into the Miami game. And it was just a tough watch, right? I think their first quarter, they explode. They go off like 30 points, something like that, sharing the ball, moving it, different things like that. And then they just stop. It just stops.
Isn't that what's been happening?
They've been off to good starts, and then they just cannot. They just don't have the guys to maintain that kind of lead. And Ross, we can go back and forth. We all know this team is not. It's built around Zion, and when you don't have Zion, they're not going to be that good. But do you think that this team should be 2-14 with Zion out?
Well, I mean, Ingram was out for a lot of that, so I'd probably say.
Ingram's played 6 games, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I mean, should they still be 2-14 though?
No. Jump you on that.
Yeah. It's close. I mean, I don't. If not 2-14 without Ingram, I mean, just barely better, 3 or 4 maybe. But I mean, I don't. I mean, think about it like this: you're starting Graham. Josh Hart is playing 30 something. I mean, think about it.
I love Josh, and Josh Hart's we've all been wrong about Josh Hart, but he shouldn't be getting 30 minutes a night on any NBA team.
Yeah, and then when Ingram was out, you had Herb Jones starting in his spot. I mean, that's
like the player, not the lineups.
Yeah, I mean that's a really bad starting lineup in the NBA.
I know,
really. I mean, it's a 2-14. Well, it's 2-14 starting lineup. I'm not saying that those are. We talked about this last time. Like we built this thing to work around Zion. He's not here. It's not going to work. And then you take your other all-star out of there, and it's like, I mean, this is a.
But can y'all agree to this? And Steven, we'll start with you here. I was thinking about this the other night. Zion and BI in the starting lineup, this team's good.
Better.
Do you think they're playoff contenders?
No.
Really?
I still don't think we're making the playoffs, even with those two.
If even fully healthy?
No,
I disagree.
don't think so.
I think you're wrong.
Well, good. I think you're wrong. Is that what you're just going to sit here and play you're wrong tennis back and forth all
I mean,
day?
we can't. I just think like the Zion hole is so massive. He's such a big offensive piece for this team. Like, he's 25 and 60% from the field. He gets the line 8 or 9 times, and he just makes everybody else's life that much easier. And I know we're beating a dead horse, but
yeah,
like Ross,
I still think it's really. I mean, if everyone was healthy, I think I said this probably before. It's still really close for me because you're not even with Zion and BI. You're not better than Utah. You just go through the teams. We've done this. We've gone through this exercise a bunch. Are you better than Utah? No. Are you better than Denver? No. Golden State, Phoenix, Lakers.
You're better than the Lakers.
You're not better than the Lakers, Justin. You're not. You're not.
I love pissing y'all off.
Clippers, Mavs. So you're down. That's like 7 or 8 teams right there. So you're
better than the Mavs. Come on. Was Zion and Brandon Ingram healthy? I think y'all are really minimizing the
weren't the
impact
Mavs,
of Zion
weren't
Williamson.
the Mavs like a 4 seed last year? We're not better. Anyway, we're not better than the Mavs. So you accept your loss there. We're not better than the Mavs.
No, I'm not.
I want to card that one. Can I put that on put that one on the book?
If we're fully healthy, we're better than the Dallas Mavericks.
We're definitely not. So you think fully healthy we win the Southwest?
Yeah.
So you think we're better? You think fully healthy we're better than Memphis and we're better than Dallas?
Memphis is fucking trash. We own Memphis. We're their daddies. Like, no doubt in my mind.
Well, the problem is we don't play them every game.
If we played,
I wish we did.
If we played them every game, we might go 82.
I'm glad you brought this up. I think we'd win the Southwest Division if we were fully healthy. I completely agree. I stand by it 100%.
No, you agree with who? Yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody else said that.
That's all that matters.
Oh, you?
I don't like. So
you think fully healthy, Ross, with this lineup of Zion, BI, and then pick your starters.
That's where you stop.
Wait. I don't think like Memphis. Fair. Mm-hmm. I think fully healthy we're better than Memphis. Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's that close with the Mavs.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're clearly over 82 games better than us. Clearly better than us.
John brings up a good point. Like the bench, but.
Yeah, I think the Mavs are clearly whatever. This sort of went out of. We're a much better team than this, right?
Yes.
That's really the point. Is you built something to work around this one key cog, and I mean with him out him there, it's a smattering of random players.
Do y'all just see any light at the end of the tunnel? Like seriously,
this year I don't. I truly don't. No. Somebody was asking me because they're saying I think they're trying to lead you up to believe, and we said this, it was going to be Christmas for Zion. We said this a month and a half ago. We saw this coming. I don't even think it's Christmas anymore.
Come on.
I don't
Why?
think.
Do you think they just shut him down?
Christmas is a month away, and he's not. I mean, he's just now approved for whatever. Let's call it January 1.
Okay.
I mean, he's not going to come back playing 35 minutes a night. I mean, you know what happened. You know the way this goes. We're going to be sitting here at 5-28 or something. That's just not the way the NBA. That's just not the way the NBA works. You know this. So I don't see a light at the. You're in for a long, grueling year. You've got to prepare yourself for what's coming here and sort of try to find the silver lining with the roster and what might happen in the future. I really think getting rid of David Griffin at some point in the next month or two clears the air a lot. I do. I think spirits will pick up and everything, but
you just think solely off of a
new stuff. I think he's a pretty
atmosphere.
I think he's created a toxic. I think it's kind of a toxic.
It's just him. No one likes him. Let's call it Zion Williamson hates his guts. He does.
It's not good when your star player doesn't like you.
That's just never good. So I don't know. I think you're right, Ross. I think that if David Griffin's going to stay,
well, stiff there, bub.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened there? I didn't see it. Ornito's hitting strong.
That was. The lack of mixer in there on accident. It's not a well-made drink. It's not a well-made drink at all.
That's not good. No, I think if you get David Griffin out, but someone brought this point up. If David Griffin goes out, right? Say you fire him within a month or within the season, it doesn't change anything.
Well, that's what I was getting at with that. It doesn't change anything, but it does change. I guess the atmosphere.
Yeah, that matters a lot.
It does
in a year that is that is 14. What are we? 15 games in right now or whatever.
16.
It's the year's already dead. I think it atmosphere around the team matters a lot.
But then we also have the problem of now we're coming in with a new GM again. And he's gonna want to move his,
I don't know that I agree because I think it probably just flips to Trajan for the rest of the year. So it's not a new voice. It's sort of somebody.
No. I'm not talking about this year. I'm looking more down the line here because you get another GM and especially a guy like Trajan coming in who he's gonna want to leave a mark being his first.
Well, it would be his second. It would be his second. He was correct in Brooklyn. He was
no, he wasn't.
Sorry, no.
Yeah.
He was credited for that development of the roster before they got Harden and KD and all those guys.
Sure, but he wasn't the head.
He wasn't the head guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is going to be his show now. So he's going to probably come in, maybe hopefully make a splash.
We're way down the rabbit hole of hypotheticals here. It's more of I think in a same thing we've said about other. It's addition by subtraction.
Yeah,
I think a nothing in the spot right now is better than what we have.
Can I give you my 2 cents of what I think might happen if David Griffin's gone?
Yeah.
I think Trajan stays GM, and I think they move back the Saints brass of the Mickey Loomises back into the president of basketball operations, and then they go from there. And it's still Trajan's show.
I hope not.
There's just more oversight. I think that's a necessity.
I think
they're learning a hard lesson.
Here's the thing: you don't want to, as you were saying, Steven. Oh my God, another GM, three GMs in 4 years.
Yeah.
You don't want another massive overhaul, right?
But even if you bring in that oversight, when we had that oversight with Mickey and them, it also seemed like the Pels were a back burner to them. Like they just had them.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
It's a totally. I think you're in a totally different spot because I want the Pels to be a little bit of a back burner for them.
Why?
I think the problem you just ran into right now is that David Griffin is acting with no obstruction.
Okay.
I think he answers to no one except a female owner that is sort of, hey, cutting the check, but doesn't really. I think there has to be some kind of barrier.
That's fair. That's fair to say, but I don't think it should be those guys because they have their mind in another place. That's the only thing. Yeah. Now, look, I could see if bring in a different who would be a good president of basketball. I mean, do we have whatchamacallit in-house right now? D'Antonio. You think he would be any good? Whatever his name is. I don't know the name.
Mike D'Antoni. He wouldn't be an interested in that role.
You don't think so?
I mean, it's a hell of a job. He's always kind of
no. Well, that's what I'm saying. Just kind of isn't that kind of what he's doing now? Kind of just
he's overlooking the offensive scheme.
Okay, all right. So it's just more of a scheme thing. Okay, gotcha. So it's not a front office thing. It's just more of a coaching situation.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah,
just a total flip here. That was a good conversation, I think, about what could happen. Total flip here. Does Trey Murphy need to be sent down?
Yep. Yeah. I've heard some bad things.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Yeah.
He went over. I mean, last game 0 for 6.
It's a confidence thing. No, I don't mind the missed shots. No, I mind the aggressiveness and the just. He seems very soft.
Think about the way he was playing in summer league when it's like, hey, look here, you were the top drafted guy. Like you go get your shot.
A lot of confidence.
I mean, he looks like a
deer in
lost
looks like a rookie
right now.
Looks like a rookie.
Going 2-14 doesn't really.
It does, and he struggled, and he hadn't shot the ball well. But he needs to go down and be given the ball.
Right. But then you look at somebody like Herb Jones. Herb Jones is playing with confidence. He's playing aggressive. Like he belongs, and it's just. Herb Jones is a 4-year guy. Trey Murphy's 2-3-year guy. That extra year,
it's more of the style. More of the style.
Herb's also that, and also maybe it's that old, got a chip on my shoulder, didn't get drafted, and you got a guy who
was second rounder.
He was like, we drafted.
It's more of how it's more of the way they play, though, right? I mean, Trey Murphy's relying on others to do things to get him to do things for him. I mean, Herb Jones is more of, hey, look, go play defense. Keep the ball moving. Yeah. Offensive. I mean, it's a style of play thing. Trey Murphy needs to go and just have the ball for a little while and try to find some confidence.
I'm glad you brought the Trey Murphy because I cut up some.
On an audio.
He's good, man. This is another. It's another clip. This is one of my favorites.
Can you explain what happens? Tyler Hero comes up the left side of the court. Crossover and a poke away by Herb Jones brings it back up. Pass down to Jackson Hayes and blocked at the rim and finishes.
And then back to
whatever his name is, the white guy.
He got Tyler Hero twice in a matter of. That's sick.
He's going to be around for a long time. He's a
pick and bones.
He is a nice glue guy.
Yeah, I like Herb Jones. I'm impressed with Herb Jones. Between him and JV, I'm like
role
very
player
impressed.
extraordinary. Going to be a really good role player for a long time.
Can we talk about
glue guy?
Can we talk about somebody else? Najee Marshall. What happened?
He is nowhere to be found.
I mean, he's logging DMPs. He just signed a multi-year deal. Like,
tight.
It's like
another.
I know
contract.
It's not really expensive.
That's $1.5 million. That's not playing. So.
I don't know what happened to him, and then Satoransky's is just atrocious.
Stokowski?
He's so bad. Satoransky's so
wait.
There's no way you're about to start defending this.
No. I want to talk about Najee for a second because this is the same thing with Naw for me. It was just purely expectation. Like, what were your expectations of him? Because he didn't shoot 40% from the field last year. He was a middle of the road 3-point shooter, something, like whatever, 34, 35%. Just a role guy. He reminded me a lot of. He reminded me of when people. And because this is going to sound crazy, there was a time where people were excited about Kenrich Williams. 100%. There was a small period where people were like, "Oh, this is a nice little role player."
Justin flip flopped on him about 6
No, I didn't.
And then he starts to play more. Then there's expectations. So you go from just a guy that comes in and hustles. People are like, "Oh, I like this little guy. He comes in and hustles." And then the next year, it's like, "Hey, well, we've got him to fill in kind of 15, 18 minutes a night. Really good play." And then it's like, "Whoa, wait. We expected something of nah."
I think you might ask, can you guess what he's shooting from the 3-point line this year?
Ooh, I love this game.
How many attempts? Wait. Give us
some
numbers. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I just want a percentage. He's gotten over 15 attempts.
Just a percentage. Under 15%. 13%. That doesn't add up. Good. That's not good math.
No,
13%.
That's a good guess. Go ahead.
God, that's bad.
He's 1 for 15, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be
15.
1 for something.
Yeah.
What is he? What's your percentage?
I'm gonna.
He has a percentage.
He has one. Okay.
He has a percentage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go less. I'm gonna say 10.
6.
6%.
6%.
Couldn't find a meter. Here's
that?
$6.
What is that? Like that's
shooting 6%.
what is? I gotta look that up.
That's one for 15 or 2 for 15.
It's close to it.
Hold on, I can tell you in 2
he's shooting
seconds.
6%.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not saying Najee Marshall is this guy supposed to be shooting 40%, but I thought maybe 33, 34% clip. He shot it pretty well in the summer league.
Yeah, one for 15.
1 for 15. Yeah.
6%.
Classic.
But no, and is it our fault that
I think I can make 2. Can we go to
you couldn't.
No? Okay, 2. Just not 2 of 15?
No.
I think I could.
There's no way. I just do you think that a bunch of this fan base and these, I mean, I was, I guess, guilty of it. I expected more from Najee Marshall though, Ross. I expected more from Kyra. I expected more from Trey Murphy.
I mean, that's fair to say about the whole lineup right now.
Honestly. I expected more from Nah. I like Devontae and JV have been fine.
I feel pretty comfortable saying I didn't.
You called it. You didn't like Nah.
It's not that. No, it's not that I don't like it. All of these guys are fine in a certain type of role. When you start expecting something more from a guy, I mean, Najee Marshall wasn't drafted for a reason, and I don't mean that. Not that those guys can't work out. They can't do some things. And
it's not playable.
He's a perfect example. So is Trey Murphy to a certain extent, but a guy like Najee's a perfect example of when you lose the important people, the guys that dribble and the guys that create plays and do all this stuff for others. It gets somebody like Najee Marshall out of what is it? What is his comfort zone? What should he be doing in 8 to 12 minutes a night, which is what he should be playing.
Just busting his ass,
just
defending,
hustling his ass off on defense. Go hang out in the corner, spread the floor, shoot. What did he shoot last year? Shoot 35, 36% on what he shot. 30,
he's in the 30.
Shot 35% on the number from last year. Go stand in the corner, 12 minutes a night, make corner threes at 35% clip, hustle, get some offensive rebounds, the tip ball here and there. That is a fine expectation for a player like that. If you come in and you're like, hey, Najee, we need you about 20-something minutes a night, shoot 38% from 3, maybe even handle the ball. Because I thought he looked bad handling the ball in summer league.
Don't even get me started handling the basketball.
And it's like as soon as you've got those type of players not everybody can take the jump. Some people are what they are. That's great. Role player. I don't want Herb Jones showing up after the All-Star break, jacking up 7 threes a game. Doesn't need to be doing that. Maybe at some point he progresses into doing that. But if Herb Jones shows up and shooting 7 3-pointers a game in February, we're going to be like, fuck, dude. Stop shooting.
No, I agree.
Expectations matter, and rushed expectations are potentially a downfall for guys like this.
I just expected Najee to be the same player as he was last year. He's not close. He's not close. So, fuck. It's so hard to podcast on two.
What do you think we do tonight? Let's talk about tonight. Clippers playing well. Paul George is just going. It's probably the Bledsoe coming.
It's the Bledsoe.
That's right. Did we get him a cake?
Did you see my post?
Yeah.
I did see.
Do you remember that? Do you remember?
I was watching. That was about as mad. That was. I think that was the most mad I was all last year.
When he wasn't paying attention.
When when it was just so clear, and then Lonzo runs. I remember the play. I remember the play
yesterday. Let's talk about it. All right, so we're up 3. 6 seconds left. Up 3, 6 seconds left. Lonzo ball helps from the corner. Bledsoe's supposed to foul. They kick corner 3, tied up, win in overtime, and then Eric Bledsoe in the post game presser goes, "Yeah, I wasn't listening." this guy making $16, $17 million a year. He's a 12-year veteran. Can you believe this shit? Could you believe it? It's his homecoming night. You think we give him a tribute video?
For what?
I'm on the floor tonight. I'm gonna boo his fucking face off. You talk about a guy.
Does he play? Is he gonna get close?
Oh, yeah, he starts.
He's gonna fucking go off for 30. I can see it.
No way.
100%.
No way.
Watch him. It's a revenge game, Eric Bledsoe.
His revenge game for
there
what?
is no revenge game for a guy like that. He
Do you think we give him a tribute video?
There's no way.
Fucking with you. Jesus Christ. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Thanks for showing up.
I think we win tonight.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good sign. You think we win tonight?
What's the line? Let's do that. What's the line? Do we cover? I think. We won
now
2 games all year. I actually, I don't hate us tonight. I don't hate us tonight.
By the way, Steven, I don't know. So Steven in Nashville did his first legal betting, and I think he went 0 for 9.
Oh, so yeah. So I went 0 for 9 with the push, baby.
Woo!
First legal betting. To be fair, I did bet the worst team in the NHL just because I went full
hockey guy.
No, we went to the hockey game, the Predators Coyotes game, and I went full on wrestling heel. I bought the Coyote shirt and went. So
you're gonna get fucking murdered. Somewhere.
No, come on, it's all in good fun. We had a good time. But
0 for 9.
Yeah, 0 for 9. 0 for 9. Lost every single bet, and
so this is what we're gonna do, Steven. The line's +4 tonight. Pelicans. Who are you taking?
So you're gonna go everything that I say
Or
the opposite.
Yeah.
Who would you take in the Clippers?
I got Pels. I think we cover the 4. I swear to God, I think we cover the. Think about. Hear me out. I'm about to.
The one bet I don't make, I'll win.
So, huge game against the Clippers last year. Don't forget that.
Oh, yippee!
Little confidence there. Little confidence builder for him.
Like it.
Bi got his legs back under him a little bit.
Oh, did he?
I think.
Stop with your fucking BI slander on this.
Wait a second.
Podcast.
No. Let me
wait.
dig my heels in, sir.
They don't have it's Reggie Jackson and Eric Bledsoe. You got to keep Paul George in as like.
You got to start Herb to put on Paul George.
I think you might. I think I would.
Herb with a start.
I think I'd start Herb.
Herb.
Move Josh Hart to the bench. Give the bench just a hair more because they have some decent play. Luke Kennard's playing pretty well coming off the bench. They've got a decent bench. I like the 4.
I'll take them.
Oh my God. Have y'all not been watching these
We've been watching literally all of them.
I know. Me too.
I think we're going to lose every
little
game.
heart of hearts tells you tonight's the night on the road.
No, we're at home.
I'm
going to the game, pal.
It's where, you see, look.
What's on the road? Technically, it's on the road.
watch the game?
I don't know the schedule. But anyway.
I just gave you some good reasons.
It's all the same players.
But people. It's like playing in Colorado. Some guys are just better.
Okay.
Some guys, you have other factors matter.
Factors matter. Yeah.
Does Naw have
you factor in the fact that we suck?
Do you think that
we're gonna win?
Okay, good. So what happens when we lose? I don't want to celebrate us losing.
We're gonna win.
We got Alex looking pretty good. I'll take Pelicans +4 tonight.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it.
I'm definitely clipping that up. Fan questions. Here we go.
Hit me.
Chris Young, one of our favorites, asked a question earlier today. I think we discussed this earlier, but I want to see if your answer has changed. Who are you most disappointed in, from front office all the way down to the coaching staff. Who are you most disappointed in? We'll go Steven first.
Myself. How about that? Huh? Myself. I just every year come in and just with high expectations for no reason and just crumbles down. It's my fault. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. It's my own fault that I think that this team is going to be something that they're not. So myself.
That's fair. I'm glad you're being honest.
I'm just look at me. I'll take all the heat. I'll take all the heat.
Ross?
Before I answer that, Naw in 6 games against the Clippers, shooting 53% from the field, 43 from deep. 6 games.
What did you shoot last game?
It's not like a good DJ.
If you got a Naw prop available tonight, hammer it, baby. I'm taking it. I am
most disappointed.
I don't remember who I said last time, but
You said a player. This is like overall.
Oh, well, I mean, it's sort of cliche to say like I'm just disappointed in the organization as a whole. I'm very disappointed in Kyra Lewis. Like super, super, super down on Kyra Lewis right now.
That's fair. I would say
we drafted him like 12th or 13th overall. I'm watching Tyrese Halliburton play great. I'm just really disappointed in him.
You're watching Tyrese Halliburton. You know, I'm watching Cole Anthony. Just lighting.
Still hate him, but yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, he is. No, I know. Yeah, it's
nobody liked that pick last year.
Yeah. J Mac, Cajun Potato, been an OG follower for a while. We'll go with Ross here first. Is this team really playing that much better under Willie as they were under SVG?
If we were 2-14 with Zion, I'd say no. It just sort of, it's just unfair to say. I mean, we've had BI for half the games and Zion for none. It's hard to.
When Zion's out, it's unfair to judge this.
I just don't see how you can put a drop of this on Willie. I really don't. No, I mean, I know that doesn't answer his question, but I actually think JV's played pretty good. I'm okay with what Devontae Graham's shown. You built the team to work around Zion. He's not here.
Yeah.
Steven.
Same thing, man. It's
you got to see him with Zion.
Yeah. We sit here and harp on everything else, but yeah, at the end of the day, we don't have our full team out there. Yeah. And unfortunately,
how shitty the Lakers look without LeBron.
Okay. All right.
I know, but if you take away your best players, Jokic,
my point, right?
You've built a roster around Jokic. Take him off the floor, and I bet Denver's going to look like shit.
Right.
I think Will Guillory came out with a tweet a couple days ago. I can't remember the exact tweet. It was something along the lines of, "This is the 7th time the Pelicans have been held under 100, and only it happened 7 times with SVG last year." I'm like, guys, you're missing Zion Williamson. I don't think people understand the impact of Zion Williamson, and not only just for him, but just all the 4 other guys on the court. You can't judge Willie Green and his offensive scheme without Zion Williamson. You just can't do it. It's just not fair. So thanks for the question, J Mac. So Jared Murphy, new follower here, by the way.
Trey Murphy's brother?
No, not Trey Murphy's brother.
No relation.
No relation.
Next question.
I've been giving Willie Green a pass while Beyond Z have been out. This was game. Do you think this is Willie? I'm sorry. I'm messing this whole thing up.
He can't read.
No. I've been giving Willie Green a pass while Beyond Z and Zion have been out. The Washington game and last night have had me a bit worried about the BI hero ball stuff. Do you think this is a Willie is hesitant to call a timeout during crunch time? Like, what are you seeing, Ross, with BI late in games? Because it's a good question because he's shooting 28% from the field in crunch time as a Pelican.
And I thought he was really bad in crunch time against Washington. Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
I'm not putting any of it on. I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm not putting.
It's not on Willie.
On Willie, I can't yet. First off,
who else would you rather? Sorry.
Yeah. I think it's a little too. I just would like to see them get him the ball, like on the move, instead of it being just a traditional like, "Hey, come get it 6-7 feet up at the top of the key. We're going to kind of clear out." I wish they would, because I find when he goes into just a stagnant ISO dribble, it almost always turns into a right wing fadeaway contested jumper, and I wish we would just do
pin down action on the weak side.
Get him coming off so that he might just maybe could catch and pull up.
Catch and pull up or read it like what Kevin Durant does. It's just so easy. I know he's not Kevin Durant, but at the same time, you just go off ball action with a pin down KD and you read the defender. If he overbites, you go back door. If he's on your hip, you curl it, and then you
because worst case scenario, like let's just say they double it and you can't get it to him off the curl. Well, then you're still in the same spot you were in anyway. Like just come up to the top of the key, get the ball, and whatever. But at least I would like to see us at least try something like that. I agree. I think he's been bad.
It's just too much dribbling.
It's too much dribbling. Now, part of that is where the hell's the ball? I mean, where's it going to go?
No, I don't mind Brandon Ingram taking the shots.
Yeah.
I do mind some of the shot selection.
I totally agree. I agree.
Against Washington, he had a good 15-foot pull-up, which he always hits, and he missed it.
And before we go to him, and we talked about this, I thought, and granted it's Summer League, I thought some of the stuff that Willie drew up late game, Summer League, and then even I think he did it in preseason too, didn't he? Was great. Yep. And so it's like I know he's capable of it. I know he has some of that in there. And it's like, let's just go ahead and I'd like to see us run something at the end of the game because I thought he ran some good stuff.
That's fair. Steven, do you see? I know you've been harsh on it. Do you see that he's forcing a little too much? Like, what are you seeing late in games?
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you said. It's part offense, and it's just I think everybody doesn't want to be critical of Brandon Ingram because he is putting up decent stats, but I mean, like you said, shooting in crunch time as a Pelican. 28%. Yeah. We were critical. Well, I'm not going to say we. Many people were critical of LeBron James being bad in crunch time and saying he's not the best basketball player in the world. We obviously knew that he was. So why is it that I am not allowed to be critical of Brandon? No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying, like all the pushback I got the last podcast.
Wait. There's a big difference between saying that Brandon Ingram is the most disappointing person in this entire organization so far this year and being critical of his shot selection in the last couple minutes.
You made me pick one, so I went with that.
Yeah, you deserve to get crushed for that. But this is a fair criticism. And
yes.
Back to the question, like I think maybe you can even put a little of that on Willie. Like let's run something for him late. It's not his fault, but like at the end of the day, he's still the one that's giving us the.
Let's talk. I'm glad you brought that up. And because this is the first time Willie has been in crunch time with Brandon Ingram on the ball. So there was he didn't have any summer league experience with it, didn't really have any preseason. So like it's as a first year coach, first rookie coach, like that's hard to
maybe he is giving him that little bit of leeway and just letting him.
And that's fine. Which is fair. But we've seen it for 3 years now. And I just every time it's middle pick and roll and the defense just converges and it's just he needs more off ball movement. But I think one of y'all had mentioned it. Who's getting into the offense? Who's that guy to be like, hey, maybe it's Devontae Graham. Can Devontae Graham get you like BI, go pin down? Or because usually
I'd like to see
what you'd want is Zion and BI on the left side playing 2-man game and then just get the fuck out the way. Yeah, we don't have that.
I'd like to see Valanciunas being like allowing him in one of those situations to operate flash, top of the key, get him the ball, and and that way you can do some stuff on the baseline, have him come off. And then if the guy sags way up, and if he's just going to let Valanciunas catch it at the top of the key, maybe just shoot the fucking thing.
I mean, shooting 52%.
So in the league, baby.
And I think he's an underrated passer. I really do. I'd like to see him.
Oh, JV's been great. I love that. I have nothing wrong. I wanted to hear y'all's real quick thoughts on this. What are your thoughts of Willie Green benching Naw in the final 3 or 4 minutes of that Washington game, Steven? Did you think this was the right move? Did you? Because I think he went with Herb and Trey, Devontae, Hart, and JV. I mean, did you think that was the right move? Was it a message?
I mean, what was the situation when he pulled? I don't remember exactly.
He pulled him out with 5 minutes left, and it was a 5-point game either way. And I was really shocked because now I had a good game. He's over his last 5 games been pretty well
against Washington.
Against Washington, had a bad game. He had a bad game, but overall in the last week he'd been shooting the ball pretty well. I was just shocked. I was shocked they didn't finish with him. Because if you can't finish with Naw,
it's more of the like. I mean, I guess it maybe for some reason, if I don't know if he missed a couple assignments or something, he pulled him for that. Right. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's like the guy you're putting in there is probably not going to get you. I just
don't think Willie Green has any confidence in Naw's shot selection.
Well, that could be it.
Or decision making in general.
Well, right. It could have just not been his day. I mean, there's certain things. I mean, as a coach, where you look at a guy and it's just not his day.
Yeah,
it's not going to be.
But I just thought it was a ballsy move because that's Griff's boy and Willie, I'm just saying, I just thought it was a ballsy move that I liked from Willie Green. I'm not saying was it the right move? I don't know.
Maybe it was a statement to Griffin.
I thought maybe it was a statement move that wasn't really talked about enough. But
a little money ball move there.
Jared, good question. I'm glad we got to dive into that. Dom Lewis at Big Fella 122.
What it do?
Who should we target to help produce from the bench since Griff refuses to do anything worthwhile? I'll handle it. There's just
on the roster, somebody on the.
I think that's his question. Like from the bench, who should we be looking at? And like you look at Jackson Hayes, but like the bench really isn't that good. Kyra Lewis has been a disappointment. We just talked about that. Kyra Lewis disappointment. Najee Marshall unplayable. Herb Jones has been fine. Jackson Hayes has been better as of late, but is he a crunch time player? No. There's no score. Josh Hart, who exceeds in that role is now starting.
Yeah, Josh Hart is like that 6-man kind of back in the rotation guy. I'd be back in the starting lineup guy. Like
he would be a good bench piece.
Right.
There's nobody on this bench right
he's
now,
that
man.
Middleman. Yeah.
There's nobody. Ross, there's nobody on the bench right now.
Nah.
They have to be one of the worst scoring benches in the league.
God, but look who's coming. I mean,
Trey Murphy has been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Kyra's gotten, I think, a couple DNPs in a row. I don't.
3.
Yeah,
Saturansky, don't even get me fucking started on Saturansky.
Is down.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Breaking news. Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Didi Loiza suspended 25 games for violating the terms of league's anti-drug policy.
That's going to really hurt us a lot on the court.
God.
That's going to be, I mean, that's disastrous.
How will we fill that role?
Sorry, Ross, keep going.
I didn't even realize he was back up with the big team.
He's not.
Yeah, I'm so down. Like, I said last week, I think he should
go back to Australia.
Well, I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. He has
Australia.
Australia.
He was playing in Australia.
He has so much like. I don't know that he's ever going to be an NBA player, but he has so much development to do that it just is sort of whatever. I mean, he can get some good one-on-one practice in while he's suspended.
They were maybe he can put building.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think if we're looking for a little scoring punch off the bench, I wouldn't hate seeing Willie.
Oh, I thought you meant Willie Green.
Oh,
you mean Bill?
I mean Bill. I think he can, because he gets hot in bunches right there. He hits that little 12-footer from time to time. I wouldn't but here's one thing, and I'm going to call this even though I 5 minutes ago just said he's been the biggest disappointment for me this year. It's too early to give up on Kyra Lewis because he theoretically can do some things that he should be able to provide some energy. The shooting, I'm not sure about, but I just feel like he at least should be able to push the ball, use his speed. It's too early for him to be getting.
Can I read a stat for you, for both of you? Saturansky in the month of November is averaging 17 minutes. He's shooting 31% from the field, 14% from deep, and averaging 3 points a game. Kyra Lewis, who's gotten 3 DNPs in a row, is averaging 12 minutes a night, 29% from the field, 12.5% from deep, 4 points per game. So playing side, if you play Kyra, you're really not losing much. And I understand he's literally the worst player in plus or minus in the entire league. I don't know if you do that, but
it doesn't matter. It's where you are. You're 2 and 4. You're 2 and 14.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
You don't have much because it's the same thing I said. We said last year. It's the same thing we said about him last year. Remember at the beginning? Is if he's not going to play, just send him. Let him. If you think if he's not playing, look, because he's what 21 or whatever.
He's 19.
Okay, even better.
Or 20.
Then just send him down and let him play down there. Let him play 35 minutes and kill G Leaguers and just get some confidence, come back up. That's the type of thing that I don't look. Willie Hernan Gomez, I'm fine with him getting DMPs every now and again. He's a veteran. He's going to be ready, all that stuff. If Kyra's not getting it means you think he's not ready or he needs more development. Well, where's he going to get that?
This isn't like a second round draft guy. This is number 13 overall.
13 overall. We could use him helping the team at some point, and he's got to get better. I'm very disappointed in him, but I think it's just a hair. It's too early to be giving up. You want to give Najee DMPs? I don't give a shit.
Kyra number 13 overall.
Kyra either you've got to find 10, 15 minutes, and to the extent we could do it, like in low pressure situations. It's hard to do in an NBA game, but.
No, I agree.
We got to find some time for him.
For Kyra.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you. I think y'all's favorite follower is Zion's DoorDasher. I actually really like this question. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I know.
What ideas for a new slogan can you guys come up with? I really don't like "Won't Bow Down."
Oh, it's terrible.
Steven?
Oh, man. We got the wheels turning now. What a new slogan.
"Won't Bow Down's terrible."
Yeah.
It's because all we do is bow down.
Bend over.
What was it? Remember what was before? It was "Do It Big," and then it was like
"Do It Big" was so bad.
we haven't had a good slogan, and we haven't had good City Edition jerseys in years.
Really disappointed in our City Edition jerseys. Really.
That guy, by the way, who he's also in charge of game day experience. It goes hand in hand.
That's a surprise.
Farts and poops.
Farts and poops.
I was trying to think of something around like food.
Food. That's the last thing we need. Okay.
As a joke, like rallies or something.
That's a tough question.
That is a tough question. I want to.
I like Let's Dance when Zion first. I like the Let's Dance because it's
Yeah, but he copyrighted that, so it can't be the team's
Did he
thing.
really?
I thought he did. Did he not? When he
Let's
said
Dance
that,
wasn't copyrighted already.
I don't know if it's not. We
I
need
like
to get
Let's
on
Dance.
that. That's what swooped that copyright.
Thanks for the question, Dom.
Yep.
I'm sorry, not Dom. Zion's DoorDasher. I need to get your real name, by the way.
Dashing
Really,
of
really
doors.
fun.
Well, Stevie's got to go.
Bye, Steve.
Bye. High
brother.
fives. See
Steve's
you
out of
later.
here.
You got another
So-
question for me?
Yeah,
Gotta
dude.
work.
What is next for guys like Jax, Kyra, Najee? Obviously, all haven't showed
Yeah.
they can play good minutes consistently. Is Birmingham or try to put together a trade package?
They're going to have no trade value. I think we just talked about it, sort of. So, I mean, I won't belabor it. Jackson does not need to go down. I'm fine with him kind of in the role he's in right now.
Yeah.
Come in, give energy. I think he's going to be. We talked about this last pod. I mean, I think he's going to continue to get better as the season goes.
Yeah,
along.
he
Toward the
might
end
be
of the
a
year, he's
so
going to be playing better. He's going to be fine. Najee, I don't know.
Najee's like,
I don't know. There's really any point to send him down. I mean, I think you're like he sort of is the player he's going to be, and we just have to get him into less critical spot. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, he's got to get his confidence back. We need him to make a few jumpers. Kyra's the big one for me. None of those guys alone have any trade value. And I don't want to belabor the point. We've got to find minutes for him, whether it's on the big team or it's in Birmingham. I don't give a shit. But he's got to play.
You mentioned this last year. Like, if we were like 9-5,
yeah,
I get it. You're 2-14. You're the worst team in the league. Yeah. Why is your number 13 overall draft pick logging DNPs? Yeah. Like, it's the same thing with Trey Murphy. I understand, like, Coach Green's trying to send him. Like, I don't care. Like, let the kid play. Let him get beat up a little bit. Let him see, like, hey, this is the NBA speed. This is what you need to get better at. Playing him 8 minutes a night and playing Garrett Temple 20 minutes a night listen, Garrett Temple's been playing fine basketball. Is he, like, I'd rather Trey Murphy just fail. I'd rather Trey Murphy go 0 for 6 every single night from here on out than Garrett Temple give me positive minutes. Because Garrett Temple's not going to be on the team next year. And guess what? He's got no trade value. So you ain't going to get shit for him.
Yeah.
It's just the same shit with Temple and Satoransky. Sato's taking Kyra minutes. Temple's taking Trey Murphy minutes. And it makes no sense. And you're 2-14.
Yeah, I mean, if to the extent if they're just playing horribly, so you can't. I mean, I get. Look, he's a coach. At the end of the day, he's still trying to
win.
Games.
I get it.
He didn't give a shit who's out there. But it's just if that's the case, then just go sign a couple veterans off the street to fill the 8 minutes that Trey Murphy's playing and the 0 minutes Kyra's playing, so that we can send them down to Birmingham where they can play 35 minutes, beat up on G Leaguers, get some confidence, and then continue to develop. DMPs and 5 minutes a game don't make sense.
It makes just zero sense. I'm glad you're on the
not with the
page.
big team. It doesn't make sense to me. It never has.
Good question, Sideshow Brady. Trevor at T Tango 01. What player do you think will step up and be a leader on the team? I thought Brandon has done a decent job, but to his point, like, gun to your head, who's the leader of this team? I would say right now, I would say it's Josh Hart. I really would.
I mean, Valanciunas maybe.
Valanciunas, but like
tough guy, physical.
Your leader's got to be your guy. Like,
just no point. I mean,
look at any team: the Nuggets, the Mavericks, literally the Pacers. Like, you can look at any good team, the Lakers, like the Clippers. Their guy is their leader. It's not like Patrick Beverly. It's not. It's not. I'm trying to think. It's like it's not like Carmelo Anthony. It's like LeBron James. It's Jokic. It's Donovan Mitchell. It can't be Josh Hart.
I don't disagree.
Can't be Josh Hart.
I'm with you.
Josh Hart's been great, but it can't be Josh Hart.
I'm with you. We need the whole team back. It's gonna be a long year. It's really hard. We're fishing for positives here, and there's not very many. I mean, you're 2-14, and your superstar's not going to be back until like the new year.
Yeah.
It's just.
Once again, shout out to our sponsor, Company Burger, located at 4600 Ferret Street. Also, this podcast is presented by Hornitos Tequila, as we're all drinking right now. Let's get to Meech2477. At what record, I actually like this question, Ross. At what record, if any, do you join the army of the tank? Like, you're already on it.
Yeah.
You're on it. I'm not. I know.
But it's like we're actually, in my opinion, in one of those good situations where like we can just tank without. I mean, some teams you have to like make these moves. You have to like do shit to tank, right? Don't bring back your superstar. Where ours isn't playing anyway. Play your young guys. Well, like we're saying, we need to play the young guy. I mean, it's not Like we're tanking right now with Valanciunas, with Grant, like with those guys in.
Yep.
So to a certain extent, like you're already doing it, but I don't. You're just going to be so far out of it by the time.
They're only 4 games out. They're only 4 games out.
Yeah, but I mean, we're 2-14.
I get it. So yeah,
I mean, if you so what? Even let's just say you win. Let's say you win 3 of your next 10, which we're probably not going to do, but maybe we do. Then you're what? You're 5 and
7. So
5 and 21. Like you're just it. I mean,
start it now. I just I hate. And I know you, and the funny part is, Ross, like we started this podcast a couple of years ago because we like just hated the way it was covered.
It's a losing mentality. It's a loser's mentality to sit there and say, and this is why we were so fucking pissed off. Remember how mad we got? It was like when we were only playing Zion 17 minutes a game or whatever the weird ass number was.
And how much backlash
and the whole thing, we're saying, what's the point? You just never know when your next chance is going to be. And now here we are 3-4 years later, and we don't know when our next chance is going to be. You can't, like, the more you just look to next year. Well, soon enough, next year fucking gets here. And what happens? And that's why I hate that. At some point, you have to try to win. And look, we're like, they're trying to win. We're trying to win games. We just don't like it. Just ain't, we can't do it. The roster's not good enough.
Completely agree.
And so I don't know. I mean, I think you just keep playing it out like this and you try to win, but you don't start purposely tanking until way after the new year.
Yeah, for sure.
Way
you're going to try
after the
something.
new year. Yeah.
Once again, Jill, who's been a long-time follower, shout out Jill. She's awesome. Same thing. Should we just tank? So we just answer that question. But Jill, one of the OG followers. So shout out to Jill. Had to shout her out. Like this guy, it's a burner account, but he's always been interacting with us. He actually has Brandon Ingram as in a Miami Heat jersey, which I hate. But Brandon Bones Ingram, one of my guys. What do you guys think that the defensive effort doesn't show in the stats or team defensive rankings? I actually like this question.
We're last defensively in the league.
I actually like this question. Also, what will be your guys' overall grade for the roster, grading from 1 to 10? To answer the first question, I think, and like this could sound crazy, like I see better defensive effort this year than I did last year. The numbers might not show it, just like how we were really good offensively last year, and like I just knew we weren't that good just because we had 2 incredible scores. I think defensively, playing with a lot of young guys, I don't think they're that bad. I really don't. They're last in the league?
Yeah, we're last in the league. I think I agree.
I don't think they're like the numbers.
I mean, shows me people say it a lot, right? Is like a joke. And I've sort of thought this is true in a lot of different sports, but like your best defense is a good offense.
Exactly.
It's harder to score in basketball when you got to take that bitch out the net and walk it up the court and get into your offense than it is with you tossing up a brick. Now we're out running. You score more. You score more. This is one of the situations. If we'd score a few more baskets, our defense would look better.
Because it's just a momentum thing, and then you get more energy. It's just all mindset.
Like you literally get to get back and set your defense up. When you can't score, you're always in transition. It just is
communication breakdowns.
I think the defense is fine. I mean, and Herb Jones, I think is a
stud.
Yeah, it's going to be a really,
He's a
really
stud.
good defender.
Let's just call it. Like, that guy's gonna
let's give that one time. A lot of this stuff is going to be really hard to evaluate until BI starts playing a little better, until Zion comes back. I mean, I hate this. We're probably going to be saying that on this podcast every week for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah,
but I mean, because it's the truth.
It's tough.
The guy had one of the most efficient seasons in NBA history.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's hard to take the ball out of the paint over and over. He shoots a bunch of free throws. The game stops. We make it.
I just think
I'm down on Zion. We're both. I'm down on Zion as much as anyone. But at the same time, like he's a good fucking player, which is why the whole should we the Ja Morant? No.
Can we? No. I want you to finish that sentence. What were you about to bring up? Should we have taken Ja over Zion?
No. The same thing I told him last week. There's other. Is there another Zion in the league? Nope. No, there's not. Has there? You could probably make the argument there's never been one, but we'll just stay with there's not another Zion. There's other Ja Morants. He's a good player. I like him. Seems like a fucking awesome guy. I bet Memphis loves him, and we'd love him if he was here. But he's not he's just not Zion. I mean, he's not. Right. We just watched the guy physically dominate everyone in the NBA. Everyone, not some, everyone for a season. He's just got to grow up and get himself in the right frame of mind and his body in the right spot to where he can do that every game and every year and not leave in the offseason and gain 40 pounds or whatever the hell he does. So, I think that's I think that's the stupidest thing. I'm so tired of seeing it. It's frustrating. It's dumb.
It's really stupid. To answer this last question, also, what would your guys' overall grade be for the roster? I mean, it's like a 4. It's just below average. But like, I want to reiterate, like, it's below average because you're missing that one guy. That one guy frees up Trey Murphy, who just shoots wide open corner threes. That one guy frees up Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who doesn't have to do all this different kind of stuff. That one guy frees up Najee Marshall, who sits in the corner and shoots threes. Like,
frees up Devontae Graham to get a whole hell of a lot more looks without.
Imagine PNR with Zion and Devontae Graham. Like, there's just so much wrong
stuff. The only guy I think that's looked pretty good is Valanciunas, and it's because he doesn't need, like, his style of play is sort of just this big physical bully. I'm going to get a bunch of points around the rim, get a bunch of rebounds, knock down some mid-range. It's tough. Everybody, because the guys that you thought would take the step up have not,
because they're not playing with that guy.
And I mean, it's confidence, man. When you're not getting guarded, it's a whole hell of a lot easier to make shots.
I mean, I'm not comparing Zion to LeBron, but he has that same effect. He has that effect, right? Like, go look at the role players that LeBron James has played with, like the Channing Frys of the world. We can go on and on.
They're
like,
young
guys
too, right? I mean, Kyra,
Mike Miller was a guy in Miami.
Those are veterans. Those are guys that knew their role. They were coming in to play with LeBron. These are all young guys that we were like, not only did we need them to develop in their role, but we needed them to, like, just get better on their own too. And it's just, we're like, it's hard to expect a lot from these guys. Like, they're not ready to. They're just not ready.
They're not ready. That was a fun podcast. I didn't really have like high hopes for this podcast. That was fun. So Clippers tonight, then they play in Indiana on Saturday. So
taking the Pels.
Taking the Pels tonight. So once again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street. Make sure to go check them out. Hornitos Tequila, which Ross is drinking right now. And always my guy Dylan at Bywater Brew Pub. Make sure you go check them out in the Bywater. 2-14. It's tough to swallow. Hey, winning streak starts tonight.
It has happened before.
I love it. That's my favorite thing. So, as always, you can follow us. Hey, if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us out a lot. I always forget that read, by the way, but always follow us on Pro Pels Talk on Twitter and Instagram. And congratulations once again, Antonio Daniels and Joel Myers will officially be part of the Pels 12 versus the world. They'll be rocking the t-shirts hopefully soon. So once again, thanks for joining us, and we are out of here.